Hey, today I'm going to talk about my 6 income sources, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because, well, finance YouTubers love to do this, but I also think it'll be useful for those who are looking for a side hustle or just very curious to see what kind of things you can look at when you want to earn more money in Singapore. Now, just because I have 6 income stream doesn't mean I'm earning a lot of money, okay? Some people with just one income stream can earn a lot more than I do. So I'll also be adding in my own personal review of each income stream, how easy it is to set up, and also how is the money compared to the effort. And therefore, you can make a call, okay, which are the ones that you can try to focus more on, right? Some people's day jobs already give them a lot of income, and yeah, their day jobs, as far as I can tell, like very slack, every day don't need to work one. Anyway, let's start with my first income stream, and it is my day job. Like most people now, I'm now gainfully employed with my first full-time job, and I've been in this job since June 2022, and I will review it, okay, very soon. I know I promised by the end of last year, okay, but it took a bit of time for me to get the story right, to get my boss approval, okay, and now I'm going to no, not now, I'm going to review it in February. But it is indeed one of my income sources, and I would say that getting a day job is not the most difficult thing in the world. Of course, getting a good job is quite difficult, right? And with times now, the way they are, I think, okay, with retrenchment and all, getting a day job might not be as easy as before. But I would say, generally speaking, okay, getting a day job, I would say it's 4 stars out of 5 in terms of how easy it is to get a job. With 1 star deducted because it might not be that easy for you to find somewhere that you feel comfortable in, and the colleagues are nice, etc. And when it comes to income, I would say it's 4 star, personally speaking, because I find that a full-time job actually takes away a lot of mental bandwidth compared to a self-employed one. As a self-employed individual, I constantly have to worry about my income, whether or not I'll earn enough to make ends meet in a particular month. Whereas a full-time job, I know exactly how much I'm getting each month, and I know when exactly I'm getting that paycheck, which is a breath of fresh air for someone who has been self-employed for more than 10 years now. And yeah, I also get things like annual leave, which I mentioned before. It's not a real perk, but it's still a perk nevertheless. There's also MC. There's also all kinds of other like flexi benefits, medical claims, etc. And all these I do not get as a self-employed, and now I get as a full-time employee. And I think it is a high 4 stars. Now I will deduct 1 star because a day job, of course, has its downsides where they take up a lot of your time. Okay, it's called a day job for a reason, and you don't have that much time to pursue other things that may earn you money, right? And of course, whenever they pay you, let's say $10,000, they actually want $50,000 of revenue from you or something like that, right? So it cannot be a 5 star thing, but I will still rate it quite highly. 4 stars is quite an easy score to give. Okay, regular paycheck, lots of perks, yeah, and I don't have to worry about my rice bowl, generally speaking. And I have to play the YouTube game again and ask you for your like. Please drop me a like on this video. It will really help my channel out. And thanks for doing me this favor. The next source of income I have is my referral income, and this is the money I get from referring people to sign for credit cards, trading apps, wallet apps, etc. And I would say that this is something I've been doing even before I started my website and YouTube channel. I've been asking my friends and family, hey, sign up for this, sign up for that. And it is relatively easy to convince people because usually there's a sign up perk for myself and a sign up perk for them. So it's a win-win situation. So I'm giving this a 4 stars on the easy scale because most people will just sign up if you have a good deal to share with them. However, I'm deducting 1 star because there are going to be people who do not want to sign up regardless of how good the sign up promo is. And we have to respect the decision, okay? But sometimes, yeah, in the past, I will be like, why don't I sign up? It's $300. Okay, but I've come to realize, okay, some people just don't want the trouble and we have to respect the decision. Okay, but 4 stars on the easy scale with 1 star minus for stubborn people. Okay, maybe no, not stubborn lah. Sorry lah. Okay, too rich. So don't be a stubborn person. Okay, sign up with Weeboo using my sign up link, and you get yourself attractive sign up offers. $100 up for grabs and Apple shares worth between $8 to $1,888. So all you have to do is to start your account, fund only Singapore $100. Now I would suggest you fund about 200 Sing dollars because you will need to buy at least one stock worth $100, and then buy one option trade and you will get 100 USD sign up goodies just like that. Thereafter, sign up for a mutual fund and hold it for just 5 days and you will get a chance of winning up to $1,888 worth of Apple shares. And may you be very lucky, and I think you will be if you use my link and help me keep this channel running. Thanks for signing up, and back to the video. Now, the reward you get, of course, depends on the specific product you are referring. So I will rate these 4 stars. Some referral programs are better than others, right? But generally, they are all quite worth your time. Refer your friend. You don't do much work, you get quite a bit of reward from doing the referral. Another income source that I have will, of course, be my tuition lessons. And people who have been watching my channel for some time will know that I have a tuition business and I actively teach in it. Although in recent months, I actually reduced it to only 1 day of lessons each week. But that also provides me with significant side income on top of my other income sources. Now, tuition, I think, is one of the easiest side hustles to start in Singapore because the market is so big. Practically every student in Singapore nowadays have tuition lessons. So I'll give this a 5-star on how easy it is to set up. All you need to do is just go online, find one of those tuition portals and list your profile there. Chances are the agency will match you with a student quite quickly, and then you can start with 1 student and start to increase the number of students you teach, depending on whether you like the job or not. Of course, you do need to be proficient in the subject you're teaching, so I would suggest going to a bookstore, look through the assessment books and flip through the pages and see whether or not you remember most of the things that you have learned in your schooling days. But between the different subjects like sciences, maths, languages, I think most people should be able to find something that they can reasonably teach a child and charge a fair fee for it. So 5-star on the easy scale. Depending on your qualifications and how well you can teach as well as market your tutoring services, I would say that tutoring is actually one of the highest paying side jobs in Singapore. On the effort to income ratio, I'm giving this a 4-star and not a perfect 5 because although the pay can be quite attractive, this still requires significant time investment and you have to probably lock up your weekends or your after office hours just for the student you're teaching. And you have to realize that there are things like travel time, and if you have to mark assignments, these are added time costs on top of the time you're spending with the child. Also, teaching can be quite emotionally and physically laborious task. Okay, it's not as easy as it seems. 1.5 hours of sitting in your office and 1.5 hours of teaching someone are 2 very different levels of energy consumption. So do take note of that. The 4th income stream I have will be returns I get from my investments as well as my savings. Now, interest rates are very high now, and even savings in the bank can earn as much as 5% per annum interest, and that is now a significant source of income I get on a monthly basis. Now, I'm someone who have been very, very frugal to the point that people call me a cheapo, a miser, but I think I have reached a point whereby things are paying off for me now because funds are now collecting so much interest, be it bank deposits, fixed deposits, T-bills, SSBs. We are spoiled for choices now where we put our money and we can get decent returns from it. I get at least a few $100s each month just by putting my liquid funds in the bank account. And that is extremely comforting as someone who has earned only less than $1,000 per month for a period of time in my life as a working adult. Also, I have investments which I've started more than 5 years ago, and even though investment markets right now are pretty low, I'm still in the green because I started them early, and also some of them have been giving me dividend income. Now, dividend income is not that important to me as a young person, and I should always reinvest it, but it's nice getting these sources of income. And yeah, every time they deposit a dividend into my bank account, yeah, it just feels very good. Okay, then of course I take the money and then I reinvest it. Now, to get a significant income from your savings and investment, you need a significant amount to start with, and therefore it may sound daunting, especially if you have just started your working life or just started savings. But this income source is not something I deliberately built, but it's a result of just saving and investing, which is something we should all be doing anyway as part of our adulting life. So I've been saving monthly, investing monthly, and over time you realize that you amass this amount of funds that now give you added income on top of your other income sources, and that feels really, really good. Now, this income source, because it requires significant amount of money, cannot be a 5-star thing. You cannot just overnight suddenly have this income source. But at the same time, it is also not a 1-star thing because saving and investing should be something you do as part of your daily and monthly routine anyway. So I'm giving it a 3-star for ease of setup. But once you set this up, this is a 5-star on the effort to income ratio because this is passive income. You just need to pick the right instruments, put your money there and then sit back and collect the returns. And there is very little intervention required on your part to keep this going. But of course, you need to stay updated on the best savings accounts, right? Where to put your investments, etc. So subscribe to my Telegram group and receive news and great promos that will help you grow your money in a very low effort way. The final two income sources I have are derived from my website and YouTube channel, and the first of which will be ad revenue. Now, when you are watching this video, you will probably have seen some ads, and if you go to my website, you also see some ads there. And such ads actually do earn me a few $100s each month. However, I would say that the road to actually getting ad revenue was extremely difficult. I'm actually giving 1 star for this income source on how easy it is to set up, because on YouTube, you will need at least 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 watch hours in order to start monetizing your channel. And after that, you need to hit a minimum of $150 for YouTube to actually send you your first check. Now, for website, it is there's no requirement to how much your viewership must be, but you must undergo approval process, and I was rejected multiple times before finally being approved for Google AdSense. So it takes a lot of effort to even start earning your first dollar, and after that you still need to continue writing, making more videos, and it's a lot of work just to get your first $150 of payout. Yeah, so that is 1 star. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very difficult path. I'm glad I did it, but if I were to redo it from scratch, I don't think I have it in me to actually set this up again. Once you set this up, it sounds like it'll be passive income, right? Because your article will be on the web forever, your YouTube video will be on YouTube, and people will watch and read, and then you get ad revenue passively. Now, this is true to some extent, but the fact is that if I don't continually publish new articles or new videos, ad revenue will keep declining. Now, I do get a few dollars from old articles and videos, but these are really very low amount. Usually there are a few cents and they add up to a few dollars over weeks. But I would say it is not that passive, because if you want to keep up this revenue stream, you really do need to keep pumping out new content. Okay, just look at all your favorite creators and see why are they publishing so often. It's because they need to keep the numbers up, to keep growing their audience and bringing new audience to view their stuff to get their ad dollars. So it is a 2 star for me, I think. Yeah, a lot of effort is required. I'm giving it 2 stars. Look at my IMAX. The final income source I have will be from sponsored posts, and when you reach a certain size on social platforms, right, you will get inquiries from companies who want to advertise their services and products. As you can see from some videos and posts I've done, okay, I've been doing sponsorships and I've been getting them in increasing frequency now that my channels are larger. So I thank all of you for subscribing to my channel, because that really helps me to build this income source as well. And I would say that the road to setting this up is somewhat similar to that of ad revenue, although you don't need that much of an audience to start getting sponsored posts. It's actually entirely possible to find sponsored posts, because there are agencies who tie up with larger companies and then they find content creators of smaller sizes to advertise and post sponsored articles. So it is still possible to monetize even if your platform is not that big. Of course, you do need to go and tie up with these agencies that offer such sponsored opportunities. Once you have found a sponsored post, however, I would say that the effort to reward ratio is actually quite good. I will give it as high as 4 star, because usually you're not being paid for your time, you're paid for your audience size. So when they ask you to write an article, you can spend maybe 1 or 2 hours on it. They vet through, and then you spend another hour revising it. And then once you do, you get paid after you post it out to your audience. And they actually pay more for your audience size rather than the amount of work that goes into it. And therefore, I will give it a 4 star. Now, 1 star deducted because some companies can keep asking you to keep revising this, revising that. Then it actually balloons to a lot of work hours being done. But otherwise, I think most companies are reasonable in their requests, based on my experience anyway. So a solid 4 star. Now, there's still other income sources that I can explore, and one of them is actually commission work, where people pay me to help them do something, and I've actually been approached to write something for money, and I've actually done something like that. Recently, I actually also made a video for money, and these are 2 works that I've done successfully. There are also other people who have been offering money to do certain stuff, and that sounds quite wrong, but okay, all above board and okay. But of course, this is an income source that requires a lot of time and effort, and I'm not really sure whether I can keep up at this. Of course, if the right project comes along with the right price tag, I'll be highly keen to take it up. Another income source would be building up my tuition business such that it can actually offer me passive income, right? So instead of me teaching, I'll hire a teacher and teach in my place, which is entirely possible and something I might explore in the near future. And lastly will be rental income. And even though I only have one property, I have some plans to see how I can extract some rental income from the sole property that I own. Does that mean I'm moving back to my parents' place? Well, subscribe to my Telegram to find out more. Okay, I'll be elaborating on this subject in the near future. If you like my stuff, remember to drop me a like and subscribe to my Telegram group. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if these are not enough activities, drop me a comment on what income source you would like me to explore next. Also, see you in this video where I talk about my YouTube earnings in greater detail, and this video where YouTube thinks that you will really enjoy. So, see you in those videos.